Okay, thanks everyone for joining us. The collaborations between ourselves, Cloudify, and also Exclusive Network. Now, without further ado, I was actually given 10 questions, and I would like to address them one by one, and hopefully the outcome will be aligned with your expectations. Okay, question one.
Yeah, so I'll ask the questions, and it's almost like more like an interview kind of thing. But before we start the question, I just want to let everyone know about the Grab voucher. So, later on, if you have any question, keep those in mind. You can type it out. You can actually get 20 ringgit of Grab voucher per question. So the more question you ask, the better. All right. So for the first question, maybe for the benefit of our audience new to the HPE GreenLake, maybe you can briefly share what is HPE GreenLake?
Yeah, so I have the liberty to bring out some of the deck, right? Let me see. It's okay, right? I can see the whole screen, right? Basically, HPE GreenLake in a very, let me also bring out the pointers. Okay, good. So HPE GreenLake encompasses HPE Lighthouse. What it means, Lighthouse is equal to, we do package the whole solutions with software, also HPE infra, not limit to just HPE products, also the third-party products, which is like network, and also some of the architecture solutions for the whole entire solutions with maintenance and support and services again. Now, what next is, it's this cloud, HPE GreenLake hybrid cloud. It's helped you to establish your edge, the telco edge or your subsidiary at the edge with the collaborations. Also GreenLake right now in the worldwide, we do have data center that it's not in Malaysia, but actually hosted in different countries. And holistically with the hybrid cloud HPE and also the co-locations, we are able to give you the total cloud solutions. And let me bring out this stat. So what it is, Annie, that in a very layman terms, like, yeah, I know there's a whole total solutions, but what exactly, how do you provision, or how do I actually pay? Do I actually have the look and feel of the hyperscaler today? The answer to you is yes. So typically, I like to bring up this pictorial, for sharing. Perhaps it's kind of tell the story better. So typically, when you look at CAPEX today, right, what you need, you always project your CAPEX 3 years ahead, right? What GreenLake is wanting the customers to do is, don't do that. Let's basically scale to what you need today. If you look at these 3 boxes, probably is the capacity that you require. But on top of that, HPE will provide a variable capacity for immediate needs or sudden needs or sudden surge of your requirement. And on top of that, there's also the investment by HPE GreenLake, HPE on the buffer capacity. So your commitment to pay, it's only these 3 boxes of capacity, right? Be in the compute, the storage, the network, the port, and so on and so forth. Oh, sorry. Then as you, there's also a monitoring platform that will help customers actually meter your usage. And before the usage surge to 80 or 85% or even 90%, we will install the buffer capacity into your premises. So you do have this variable and a buffer as well. We have pre-agreed in the contract consistently throughout the whole contract tenure with HPE GreenLake, right? And that goes all the way to the next 12 months. Okay. Then I have questions too.
All right, so the next question, the pandemic has hit businesses hard. So how has the current situation affected the adoption of HPE GreenLake in Malaysia?
Thank you, Georgie. So I kind of bring up this deck in the sense that this is organizations as what it's currently, and this is from IDC. It's hot from the oven. It's something that the experts have put into the actual comparisons between ID CAPEX, OPEX. So more and more, as you can see, the market or the trend has actually moved to more agility, data center upgrade, modernizations, clouds offering. So in terms of the IT OPEX and CAPEX, you can see it's a reductions. Now there were compresses in here, right? Oh, sorry. So it's in a nutshell, this is again addressed to your questions. This report is from IDC, yeah. So questions number 3.
Right. So what is the difference between pay-per-use and leasing or hire purchase?
Okay, I'm happy to actually bring up this deck. It is what HPE has done the comparisons with the intelligence of the AI and also the actual data analysis. So if you look at it, CAPEX typically is if it is a model, you actually build. You have the liberty to actually build the entire infrastructures, your wish list, basically. For leasing also, you build your IT ahead of use, meaning you always think about the next 3 years, what you're going to use. But for GreenLake, right, it is really as today, right, pay as you consume. And like what my previous chart actually showed, that you only deploy what you need at the moment. And also the capacity, if you look at it, right, procurement, it's always needed, and you always have to go through the whole procurement cycles again and again for any new purchases. But with GreenLake, it's an immediate, because remember there's actually the buffer and also the variable capacity that you can always leverage on. In terms of utilizations, if you look at the CAPEX, traditional CAPEX and leasing, you do have 40 to 75% of underutilizations. But in GreenLake, it's really a real time. And also the excess infrastructure risk is actually with customer. But in here is HPE, because we are offering the total solutions with the dedicated account support manager that manage the whole solutions for you. And with the cloud console that you have the access, the liberty to have the access as well. It encompasses the whole usage and also the behavior of your budget and so on and so forth. So the money cost is fixed, but for GreenLake, it's variable because it is metered by daily, but we bill customers based on average of the total month. The cost measures the business as well. So you can see for GreenLake, it's immediate up or down, which is good in the sense that you can match your costs with your revenue so that you can predict your margin for your company. And the unit costs, as we know, it's very much on the fixed. You will very much know that if it is compute, it is on compute metering. If it is on storage, it's on GB. So it's fixed. And you know very well, this is how much per unit price. And the cash outflow as well, it is variable. It is not fixed, yeah. And also the technical is the technology's adaptations is actually as used. The refresh is automatic because the whole solution is again managed by HPE GreenLake, and the metering is integrated into your solutions. Yeah.
Okay, so basically the usage and then the risk and also the finance for HPE GreenLake is much better than the leasing and also CAPEX.
That's true.
That's what summing up. Okay. So question 4. So in your experience, right, is there a common misconception about cloud technology or HPE GreenLake specifically that you would like to clear up?
Sure. I do have. So I done a comparison in the sense that the GreenLake offer a very unique cloud experience, which is across everywhere, you know, be it your data at the edge or in the cloud or private or public. So GreenLake does have the, if it is GreenLake, it's actually on-premise, but we also have the collaborations with the hyperscaler that today you can actually also leverage on the public cloud, and we resell to you as well. So it's a whole single console to the customer. And then the consumption analytics is again differentiations, because it gives you the portal with your own control and your own view for your budgetary, for your consumption usage, for your even predictive of your compliances and audit. The metering also is really much flexible as well, because it's metered by VM. If you want, you can also meter by t-shirt size, you know, configure with your solutions on top of the infra layer. And it is also purpose-built for customers. And maturity is, HPE has already been 10 years, now coming to our 11 years in terms of the experience. This is very much in Malaysia, but it varies with other regions. And the services is, again, it's from managing the entire solutions, administrations, and day-to-day for customers. So that's really the differentiations and the value add. Yeah.
All right, so for next, some businesses have already heavily invested maybe in their on-premise infrastructure, but they also need to run like new application. So in this case, how can maybe HPE GreenLake help them?
Thanks, Georgie. So what we can help customers is, interestingly, HPE GreenLake does have these services as well. It's called the sales and leaseback. So today, if you already have the old legacy, or even not so old, but intend to actually move to GreenLake, the hybrid cloud. So what happened is, again, a very nice pictorial chart, you know. What we will do is we will have the expertise to come and assess into your current environment. We do offer the assets buyback and refresh it to a new whole infra with your support and also agreement. We might not do it in a big whole chunk, but rather it is actually by chunk and chunk, not whole the whole total environment into your environment, but rather baby step to move from your current existing infra to the new, and then it goes on. Now, the good things that we have done, I think few customers in Malaysia lately, they like it because they are able to get back their cash, and then again in one lump sum, but then they can able to work on GreenLake, which is a very variable payment over the years. Yeah. Okay. Questions number 6, Jyoti?
Yeah. So I want to ask, right, for the tech buyback, is it only to HPE brand or can be other brand as well?
It can be other brands as well. Good questions. Thank you. Yep.
Okay, good to know. So next question, can HPE GreenLake support complex infrastructures consisting of multi-public cloud solutions?
Yes. So if you look at the whole HPE consumptions model, it gives you the innovations, business agility, and over IT spending also control. But on top of that, if you look at it, we do have the collaborations with the public cloud. So we actually is one of the CSP, you know, cloud service provider who can actually resell the public cloud like Azure, AWS, Alibaba, and so on and so forth. So the answer to you is yes. Okay. And this is a multi-deck where, you know, just what I said earlier on, this is exactly the container as a service here, running on your premises with your infra. Software defined again with either your virtualizations or your AI, ML, or even VDI. But then again, we do have a public cloud here that we can, typically for DevOps, right? If you wanted to have a certain workload that you want to subscribe to the public cloud, but you want it to leverage in the current HPE GreenLake Central environment, the answer to you is yes, we do that. And I also interestingly just bring out this console, you know, in your fingertips. So typically, this is what you you are able to see the usage, the metering. It's quite small, yeah, but I can't because there's many other, my whole reason for this tag is, if you're interested, you can I can organize a half an hour for a walkthrough, a live demo. So what it encompasses in this console is how much am I spending on your left-hand side? Is my business at risk? So HPE GreenLake also provide the compliance test in terms of whether you're doing, not that whether you're doing it right, is the business actually at risk in terms of if you have a merge of a public cloud and also a private cloud. Now, we're moving on to the left-hand side, your finance will love it because they say, oh, when will I running out of capacity? How much, can I deploy, my new apps quickly for your IT department? So in the whole console, you'll be able to gather all this information. Okay, that is the investment GreenLake HPE has invested, and this software is not to be sell or sold as independently, but rather it comes with the whole GreenLake solutions.
Just now the portal, right? Can it be accessed by anyone or only assigned person?
It's we align back to the customer's request. Yeah. So if say for instance, GreenLake does encourage partner, either we sell direct to customer or there's a partner in between, right? Because the partner actually have added services, and either the customers or the partner will let us know the person that will access. So typically for finance on your right-hand side, is probably the CFO would like to access, yeah. And on the bottom, this is more on the DevOps and new apps. Probably the IT person will be more aligned with his role. So yeah, so we can actually, in short, we can actually articulate into your customer's needs, and we can actually specifically build it for it. Okay.
I see. So the company can authorize that you can only look at this, you can only look at this, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next, how easy is HPE GreenLake to use? Can an IT manager manage it all by himself?
Yes, the answer is yes. The IT can manage it all. This is exactly the data scientists will also be able to manage. Again, just address back to your questions, Georgie, that it really depends on the customer's structure, whether it is allowed to a certain department or IT is the person who is actually managing the entire view. So the answer is yes. And this is how quickly we deploy it, right? Meaning the IT department will be able to choose, and then we will order within 40 days, install and go. And this is the GreenLake. Then you do have the pay as you use, but the IT can be the single point of control here. Okay, so this is the, I find it's time for me to actually just give you a very much pretty small just now. Probably this is a Zoom versions of what I have just shared. So this is, we give you the analytic of common use, whether, you can see the summary, the monthly charges, the capacity planning, the budget, and so on and so forth. So on top of that, you'll be able to see, oh, even on the a line, whether you're using more, which particular months that you're using more or less, what is the behavior of different departments usage, really like a cloud, but with your control and your view, right? And then you can set your budgets. For instance, oh, if I already know my price per unit, just exactly like hyperscaler. So if I need to have a certain marketing events, can I budget my spending correctly? The answer to you is yes. You can actually go to this budgetary drop-down menu for your budgets. And then you can also track your data, whether your costing it's actually at your why there is a sudden surge of your usage in a particular month. Is that a requirements, or which the behavior of your usage, your company usage. And last but not least, also it gives you the analytics as well to analyze your usage on your certain groups and also your dashboard. And also the beauty is they also provide you, the charts, which is make it even more interesting and easy to look at. Look at it. We have done many deployment where the customer likes it because typically the IT departments become a revenue generating department where it assigns certain capacity to different departments. And with that, there is a charge back, and not just on the monetary terms, but rather look at the behaviors of usage and to assist the different departments with an immediate search of requirements, be it in the events or a certain projects that they wish to embark on, right? And also we encourage customers to actually think of VM, not VMware, but rather virtualizations. Be it can be a VMware, Nutanix, Red Hat. We are not covering, again, you refer back to my questions 2, I think. It says that the solution is joint collaborations, but really we want the customer to voice out your intended infra, your solutions, and let us be the advisory to complement you, whether we can enhance what your wish list, or we will just align back to your requirements. And this is again a public cloud. There's this special drop-down menu as well. You can actually subscribe to Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and together, you have a total billing view. So meaning we, as I mentioned, right, we are actually a CSP, so we can resell the public cloud. So you have one billing from HPE GreenLake. So imagine today you have an on-prem that is actually a certain amount. Then you want to also subscribe to public cloud. HPE be able to resell for you. So at the month end, you only have one bill, which is the public, and also your HPE GreenLake. Okay, question 8.
Yeah, I think just now definitely the portal have a lot of added value and also great features for the management.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think after this question we have a break, so that's try to focus. Not last question. Question 8: is the HPE GreenLake for Microsoft Azure Stack HCI available now?
The answer is yes. It's definitely yes. Yeah. So I kind of show you the deck. It's HCI has different sizes. So what HPE and the collaborations with Microsoft, it's we are allowed to end-to-end design and also pay per use and certified appliances as well. HPE. It is not the Azure hub, rather than this is the HCI, which is you can have the mix and fuse of your business requirements. So the answer in short is yes. And this is how the whole bundle that we already have in the market. If you're interested, please do engage us and we can share further, because it's very busy deck. It encompasses the whole thing, which is the whole solutions. Okay, I think this is break now. Yeah.
We can take a break. We have maybe 5 minutes break. At the same time, maybe if you guys can try to scan this code and fill up the feedback form. Just let us know what we can do better, or maybe what's the next topic that you would like to hear from us. So you can scan a QR code, or I think maybe we can, there is a link in the chat as well. Okay, I'm back. So please take your time to fill out the form, and try to stay back a little bit. We have some quiz later that you can play, and then also to get some Grab voucher. So for the quiz, right? For 10, the first top 10 winners, you get 20 ringgit of Grab voucher per person. If you complete the feedback form, you get already 10 ringgit a Grab voucher. And if you ask questions, then you get 20 ringgit Grab voucher. So it's up to, I think it'll be like 50 ringgit if you actually do everything. So don't forget to use the chat box and then, type out your question as well. Should we start the next question?
Oh, okay.
Wait, yeah, hang on. Oh, sorry, I just got an update. We'll also have a free assessment. If you guys would like, just scan the QR code and then put it in the feedback form. Let us know if your company would like to have a free assessment from us, because it's only for our audiences. Okay, I think we can start with the 9th question.
Okay. Questions number 9.
All right, so question number 9. How does the HPE GreenLake platform help business maintain compliance?
Okay, good. So for HPE GreenLake, we delivered not just on technology subscriptions, we also do the solutions, but over and above, right? We have the AI, machine learning, in terms of the industry revolutions and also for 5G ecosystems. All this, right, the AI intelligence, if you are aware today, HPE has aggressively so-called either collaborate or actually buy some of the AI software that enable us to have this machine learning. It gave us the whole solutions, not just the solutions, but on top of that, it also gave you the whole compliance, whether you are really aligned back to the requirements of the current bit. So this is, again, a very busy slides, but I was kind of bringing it up because typically for the customers who are giving you an example, just I will not be able to name the customers, but this is a live example that we have done with the FSI customers, where we do help the CIO in terms of the audit, whether they're compliance in terms of the make sure the hybrid cloud, whether there's a risk in terms of if they embark onto these solutions, what will be the qualifying questions to address their needs and requirements. And our propositions at the end is give them a very cloud economics analysis. Also the console, whether there's a continuous control, whether they're doing the, in terms of the cost management, are they aligned back to their needs and asks? And also the continuous compliance, again, with the AI built in. We also gave them a 1-month POC so that it is really what they're seeing in the POCs, a real life eventually. And this is how we encompasses the whole solutions in here. Yeah. So with that also, they be able to manage again in terms of the cost business group, each and different department, their business group in terms of the compliance and the expertise and also the cost savings as well. And interestingly, in this example, that shows there's a 20% savings, which really switched the whole understanding of just public cloud or the traditional CAPEX on this thing to GreenLake. Yeah. And this is again, if you remember question 7, it was actually highlighted all this continuous monitoring and kind of zoom into the simple reading. It gave you this chart and also the rate, whether there's failing or passing in terms of regulatory, aligned back to the government regulatory as well. Okay, I think this is my last questions.
Yes, this will be your last question. So apparently, I think has some technical issue with the chat box just now. So just want to apologize to everyone. Maybe you can, copy paste your question again in the chat box to us. All right, let me continue with the last question. What is the statistic that available on the HPE GreenLake's result?
Okay, so GreenLake result at the moment is really certified by the external experts as well, to say that GreenLake are really true pay-per-use on premise. We have the capacity that help customers to cost savings and also the expertise. As of today, we have about 4.8 billion, but in Malaysia, it is also growing double digits year after year. Yeah, and also there is a unique IP specifically for HPE GreenLake. We have 900 plus partner worldwide, and we are already in 12 years. Pardon me, I was saying 11 years. So we are already 12 years in the market, counting this year. And typically, the customer retention is actually 95%, and they don't leave us because of the benefits and also the costs and the parity as well. So now my last tag is, if my sharing today entices your interest, you want to find out more. First of all, if you want to define your right mix of clouds, whether you are aligned, you want to have a little bit of GreenLake console demo, or even look at any help me with my ROI. If I give you a very small project to begin with, either sales or leaseback or new fresh of solutions, please do contact us. There is hpe.com GreenLake. We also now encourage and also giving it free in the sense that there's this link. You can have GreenLake Express, where with this, you can just submit your name. We will allow 2 weeks for your access to have the look and feel of exactly what is GreenLake in terms of the console, just play around, to see whether it's really this is the information that you require. So all these are aligned. All you need, just press a button to connect with us, and there you are. Thank you very much for your time today. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Annie, we have quite a few questions from the audiences in the chat. So the first question from Reza would be, is there a trial for HPE GreenLake?
Trial, yes. Wow, the question is very much addressed to what I have put up here. So yes, if it depends on what trial, whether you just want to look at the console or you want to have a 1-month POC, do contact us, or you can even send to our Cloudify directly, and they will connect with me. Then we can bring this forward. Yep.
Yeah, you can put it in the feedback form. And then next question from Jeffrey Zhao is asking, can you show the comparison in terms of pricing between the HPE GreenLake with AWS?
We have done a comparison. Typically I wouldn't name AWS or public. I would rather compare us with hyperscaler. The cost saving can be really, really interesting, right? If it is just looking at, if you look at just probably infra virtualizations, right? Not so much in terms of containers and in terms of very much on solutions. The result from all our customers, and when we did a comparison, is really ranging from minimally 20 to 40%. Some even go as high as 100% differentiation. So today, if you're looking at 1 gigabyte or 1 virtualizations on the instance, right? Maybe a certain t-shirt size, right? You're talking about maybe a 3 ringgits from a public cloud. You probably can see it lower in HPE GreenLake, not very much on the front, but remember there's also cost in terms of public cloud, the ingress and the egress of the data, and also certain costs in terms of early terminations and so on. But in GreenLake, it is really what you see upfront in a contract is specifically what is your cost to early terminate and what is the cost per unit price. So these are very transparent in that sense. Yeah.
All right, thanks. And then we have from Mr. Muhammad Yahya. It's very good. He have like 6 questions that he gave. So let's go with the first one. He said one disadvantage if you're using GreenLake is the variable cost. He's asking how do organizations handle that?
Sorry, come again.
One of the disadvantage he mentioned if GreenLake is variable cost.
Variable cost. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you were to look at today your TME bill or even a telephone bill, there's a fixed price and then there's a variable. Exactly how's the treatment? So this is like the operating expenses, right? But aligned back to your usage. Yeah.
Okay. And then the next question is asking with the variable cost, the IT department actually need to monitor the costing on a daily basis. Is there any advice to counter this?
I apologize if I kind of misled you. It is, you do not have to monitor it variable cost every day because it is actually the dedicated account support manager will be working hand in hand with you to let you know or to share with you your usage, your daily usage of your capacity. But so what it means is a lot of time you do have a minimum commit, right? So for instance, like today, remember the 3 boxes? Yeah. The 3 boxes, like a lecturer, the 3 boxes, that is a minimum commit because you know the behavior of your current, prior to that, there should be a feasibility study of your intended capacity that you need. So if the 3 boxes is what you know very well within the first 3 months or 6 months, the money charges is fixed as these 3 boxes. That's what you commit. Obviously, yes, there is a variable to it, but really the variable also specifically in the sense that the ASM will trigger your attentions if the consistent usage for daily is exceeded your minimum commit. So you will know, oh yeah, something is really need to pay attention. So let the account support manager to be your dedicated support to help you to analyze your usage as well.
All right, thanks. Then the next question. Some organizations require that its data located in Malaysia. Can HPE handle this?
GreenLake is actually at your premises. We are not public cloud, right? We are hybrid cloud in the sense that we are on-prem cloud, which is you can have first options to say, I want the whole entire solutions at my data center so I can monitor. But on top of that, I wanted to have a single billing when I use some of my data in the public cloud. You have the answer. Then the second group of customers say that, oh, I like it I don't want it to be in my data center. Can you co-locate it to a DC provider that's reside in Malaysia? The answer is yes. We already have 4 to 5 collaborations. Even with the pricing mechanism is all but done. So with that, you can actually host it in Malaysia, but away from the data center, but it's still within Malaysia. Then the third is, as I also share with you, HP is also have public cloud. We also have data center that's away from Malaysia. You can also have that selections as well. Yeah. So I hope that addressed your questions.
Yeah, okay. Then the next one, how is the problem trend of HPE for the past 5 years?
How was the problem, is it?
Problem trend though, for the past of HPE for the past 5 years.
Problem trend for GreenLake? So far,
has GreenLake been 5 years already?
No, we are almost 10 years. It's coming to our 12 years. Yeah.
So is there any, I think, is there any problem with of HPE for the past 5 years? I think that's the question. No. We are all good.
Yeah, we are good. Yeah.
Super good. Right. So the next question, any case study of client that cannot afford to pay its money commitment due to the variable cost and the surge? How does HPE handle this?
So so far there's none that is not able to handle the surge, right? The surge of their expenses. The beauty of GreenLake is there is customer who typically, if your minimum commit it's actually oversized, you want to lower the minimum commit, we can do that. Now, the other good news is because even though you search on the capacity, right, HPE GreenLake comes with, the differentiation is we come with 8 price band or 4 pricing band. And each pricing band, right, for instance, you start off with $3, you will see the pricing band going down. So the more capacity you used, right, you enjoy a lower price band. So indirectly, customer has never run out more than what they are budgeted at the first place. It's very transparent to them. So, you know, they know exactly if I grow, give an example, if I grow from price band 1, which is 3 ringgit, and with 100 terabyte, price band 2, if you grow to 200 terabyte, the price will go down to maybe $2.80. What the beauty of HPE GreenLake is, we will consolidate the earlier delivered capacity to lump into this consolidated latest capacity to charge you on the revised price band. So in summary, it is really an average billing that you can never run out of your budget. In fact, you do have savings, yeah, if you grow more.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I think last one from Muhammad Yahya. For the HPE GreenLake uptime performance, you want to know if the HPE GreenLake uptime performance and availability are monitored by HPE specialists on a daily basis.
When you say uptime monitoring, we meter based on daily, yes. In fact, it's actually hourly, daily. We have to say it monitor hourly, but at the end of the day, it gives you a daily usage, and then we bill you and on the average of the total month. Yeah.
I see. Then we have a next question from YG Low. For your buyback options, do you set a minimum requirement on the machine age, processor, things like that?
It depends on the lifespan of the equipment. So different equipments have different lifespan, but typically it's probably looking at 5 years. Anything more than 5 years, it can be a challenge. But network, yes, you can go more than 5 years. Yeah.
Okay. Next question from Jeffrey Zal. He wants to know, is it easy to set up, or maybe you actually need technical knowledge to set up?
This GreenLake console, we will set up for you, and it is very easy to just move over, you know, understanding it's quite easy. There will be a train the trainer. We will train you, and it doesn't take long, to be honest. Quite friendly, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't take long.
All right. So next from Rezal, is there any upfront costs involved to go with GreenLake?
Answer is no.
Okay. Next will be from Mr. Ng. Who is your competitors and your advantages over other competitors?
In the market, there's a lot of provider claim they are really pay-per-use, but we are very proud to say that we have the console and we really meter based on the data usage. Honestly, in the market, we really stand up as the true pay-per-use. I will not kind of criticize the comments on my competitors, because sometimes they can be a leasing that translate into GreenLake lookalike. Because if it is GreenLake, remember the key takeaway is you can your data can be paid based on the usage, and also you can shrinkage, meaning you can shrink your data, and if you shrink, that's fine, right? We are allowed that. You can also use more today. Tomorrow, you can actually use lesser. So there's a flexibility because it's a true pay-per-use. And also, as you grow, you have a different price band that's in the contract at day one. There's no dispute. So yeah, I can really stretch a lot more on HPE GreenLake benefits. Yeah. So if you have the same experience as other competitor, I mean, then you have the answer.
All right, and then I think from Kwan, he wants to ask for the variable refers as in, is it the same as the scalable cost? Is it also like pay-per-use? Like, can he also kind of put scalable cost as in pay-per-use? Is it the same?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right, and then I think we have one another question from Wong. What is the charges per TB, per gig or per TB? Is it monthly or yearly? What are the payment options?
Once we commit the same environment for your solutions, right? We will actually commit for the tenor. So typically customer can say, oh, I want to enjoy the same TIB or GIB for the next 3 years. So it's upfront kind of contract spell record, very much depends on your requirement. It can be a year, 3 years, 5 years. Yeah.
Okay. Then we have one question from, I think last one from Reza.
Okay.
What are your SW SW, I don't know what is it.
Software.
Software partners that can fit with GreenLake.
I think we have quite a lot. We have quite a lot. If you look at, I think majority we do have the collaborations aligned. If you want to really deep dive into that software partnership, perhaps you can drop me an email. I will share with you the list of it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that is the last question already. So I think Dr. Annie, she will also share her email. So if you guys want to ask her anything, or you can also fill in the feedback form and we can get back to you on that. Thanks, Dr. Annie.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Stay safe.
And then now I think we'll go to some of the, I think the slide game that we have. So please wait a moment for our admin. All right. So we have quiz time. So in total, you have 6 questions. Please join the quiz with a valid email address so we can know who are you, and then we can also send you the Grab voucher. So you have 10 seconds for each question. So the faster you answer the question, the more points you get, and then you'll get to the top of the leaderboard. It will show at the end of each round. So if you want to join the AHA slides, I think we can share the QR code. Yeah. So scan this QR code, or you can also key in at ahaslides.com, HPE 321. So I'll give 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes for all of you to join. And we can see here how many people are joining on the right bottom of the slide. Also, towards the end of this quiz, we will put up the slide again to fill up the feedback form for those of you that haven't got the time to do it. So please do so. I think we already have, I think half of the attendants already filled it up. So thank you so much. Hopefully all of you can fill it up if you have time. Okay, I think we'll wait for maybe until 20 participants, at least half, and then should we go? If you need more time, you can type in the chat. If not, then I would start soon. Okay, we have 20. Let's go, let's go. We'll start the first question. Okay, first question. Who can you call to help you along on your cloud journey? I think you have, okay, Cloudify.Asia or Ghostbuster? It's one that answer Ghostbuster. Okay, next. Oh, okay, first guy. Okay, we have a top 5 here. Second question, Cloudify.Asia makes businesses with cloud technologies and operating models to pay per use. managed services and consulting in single portal. Is it true or false? Nice, everyone got it correct. It's true. Okay, MC. Oh, whoops. Ong is number 1 now. Wait, actually it's the same point. Okay, question number 3. Which statement is true? HPE GreenLake, we have ABCD, is as a service on-prem offering, bring cloud-like flexibility to data center, include all necessary hardware and software, or all the above. Nice, we have 15 of you guys that got it correct. Okay, Ong is still number 1, maybe 2nd, and Amra is 3rd. Question number 4. Which is not a pre-configured workload package offered under HPE GreenLake? Hyperconverged, machine learning, enterprise-ready VMs, or blockchain storage? Okay, I think we have some some people that are maybe not quite sure. We need to do this again. Okay, we have Ong, Amra, Ricky, and Emmanuel also as the top 3. Okay, 5th question. True or false questions only. GreenLake hardware only supports HPE software and services. Is it true or is it false? It's false. Okay, let's see. We have, Amra is number 1 now. Christina, Emmanuel, Ricky, and Ong. Ong gonna catch up. Last question. But don't worry, 10 of you, top 10 can get the Grab voucher. Also true or false, HPE GreenLake supports complex infrastructures consisting of multiple public cloud solutions. True or false? Last one. Wow. Everybody answered. True. Congratulations to, we have Amra, Christina, Ong, Ricky, Victor, Jaya, and can we see the top 10? Oops, a little bit higher. Jaya, Emmanuel, Max, YG Low, and Mavis. Congratulations. I hope you guys fill in your feedback form as well, so we can also contact you for your Grab voucher. Thank you, everyone. I think this will be the end of our webinar. Thank you so much for your time. We have 3 minutes left, so if you have time to fill up the feedback form, I think now we have about 26 people that already filled the feedback form, so appreciate it. Thank you so much. You have 3 minutes to listen to the music and scan the code for the feedback form. And also thanks to Dr. Annie for her time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.